Yo.
Hey stream. Now I need to put the. I need to get the stream link and put it in the official stream chat. Express versus Aporia is right now as well, by the way.
Okay. Express are quite good, aren't they? Well, they've been said
Yeah,
to be quite good.
and actually, I think Aporia are the highest team at the moment.
Yeah, but they've had two forfeits, haven't they?
Yeah. So we'll have to see whether they get knocked down a peg here.
Yeah.
I think it might be a close matchup, but we'll
Have
see.
N.I.C said anything?
No, N.I.C have been pretty radio silent so far.
Bogchamp.
At everyone. I love being able to at everyone. It's very nice.
Can't relate, sorry.
Stream is live. Party blob.
Who's the captain of N.I.C?
Uh, San USJP.
Okay. That's co-captain. I'll message him saying if he's ready to join.
Right. Who's the main captain? I definitely sent everyone friend requests. I did this yesterday or something. So
At the exact same time as you posted that, Epix
yeah, I know.
posted Express.
Hmm.
Oh, San is in. Move San to N.I.C.
Triforce.
Gerard.
Alright, got it. Triforce Laz is the captain. Is that a name
Did you
change?
realize? Did you realize that his thing was Shanghai, so it fit our thing perfectly? Oh,
Yeah.
Nini. Where do I recognise that? Have we played against them?
I'm not
Oh
sure.
no,
No, I don't think. I think Nini was.
that was the one that I said to you to try and pick up maybe.
Ah, alright.
When we're having like a breakdown with our team.
It's alright. We've got pickups now, though. We're good now.
Yeah, we
With
are.
Brennan Genesis, like I think our team's
Yeah,
stacked. To be
and
fair.
when Jaro can get back in, if he can ever really
Hmm.
give it like 4 months and 2 seasons time.
Why is Nick's Discord? Ooh. What a weep.
Because yeah, that's why.
Actual weeb trash.
Where's Jaro? Oh, Jaro's career profile's private.
What, even to his friends? How's he gonna?
Yeah, I know. Let's have a look at N.I.C's stats. Oh, Sun's a widow main.
Nick's going off in Ignite General Chat. I think Nick wants to kill Azure, right?
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'll back him up.
Alright.
San has played 400 hours of Widow Javard.
So it's gonna be the battle of San versus Alex and Enrique because them two are both Widow players.
Yeah, but the difference is Alex Enrique is 4200 and San's 3k.
It doesn't matter in a Widow duel. It's about their
I don't
teammates.
know.
Once you have that many hours, like when you become that accurate with a hero, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter how many hours you have or what rank you are. It's just how good your teammates are at keeping you up.
I want Alex to put his thing on open so I can see his stats.
Wouldn't we all love that? No, it's just waiting for N.I.C to get sixth player.
Wait, no, there's no way.
Hmm.
Wait, give me 1 second. I think I've just seen something, and I'm not sure if I've read it right or not. Javad,
Hmm.
um,
Bear in mind you're on stream, by the way.
yeah, yeah,
You may want to text me.
mm-hmm. Oh, can you vote below to the party?
Ah, whoops, forgot to. Alright, they're getting their 6. Their 6 just came online.
Yeah, pog.
Give me 1 sec.
Thanks for inviting me. Before you say it's unopened, it doesn't show up for some reason, the party. Who are we waiting for? Oh, N.I.C. A promising start from the new team.
Trying to message you.
With what?
Something that I'm not going to say on stream.
Oh.
Below. Look at the thing I said you sent your messenger.
Yeah, looking. Triforce. Let's see. I don't see anything. Oh, I don't have my Wi-Fi and I forgot. The Wi-Fi off my phone's there. Yeah, so I don't lag or anything. Yeah. It's hard to determine deck because do you want all mods to see that? Because if so, it can.
Alright, guys, game starting.
Yep. Okay, let's go. Game Juan.
I expect big things from Imperfect.
I was looking at Imperfect, so below, right? Imperfect have got Grandmaster DPS, a Master DPS, and then 4 Diamondes.
I mean, that's still pretty strong having 4 diamonds, 2 masters.
That's pretty strong. I feel like because obviously there you've got 2 DPS specialists, so I feel like the best way to counter them would be goats. If you have high SR tank mains. Wink, wink.
Very true. They do have high SR tank mains, you're not wrong. What are we going to see here? Right.
Okay.
So, goats and... Wait, no, not
N.I.C.
goats. No,
N.I.C. whipping out the Reaper and Widow.
Odd combo. With dive.
With the dive?
Yeah,
Looks
Reaper
amazing.
dive, alright.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Hammond Reinhardt. Oh.
Hammond Reinhardt, okay.
This is interesting.
A double hit scan.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't... Oh, they got the Tracer. Okay.
Oh, Torbjorn. They're not actually playing it, no. No way. Is he actually playing as Torbjorn? Here's the madman's only gone and done it. Alright then.
Oh, an actual tour pick. Oh, god, that was a nice air shot from San though. Only got
Actually,
the,
I'm gonna pick... I'm gonna watch the Widowmaker.
I mean, this is a very odd, what's it called? Team composition by Imperfect. But you know what, I could see it working, I really could. Oh, the Diva's already getting picked over onto the Hammond.
Torp's getting chased by a Reaper.
Yeah, he's getting chased right now. Reaper actually,
he just got the kill.
Yeah, he just got the kill in the end. I'm surprised he's actually gone down to the Reinhardt there, but he's still getting killed on the Winston as well.
Oh.
And Imperfect's memes don't pay off.
Yeah, they don't pay off. I was thinking the old Hammond Reinhardt wasn't a very good pick considering that they will be going into dive, but obviously they didn't know that. Didn't know that at the time.
It is a weird kind of comp, isn't it? It's a weird kind of 2-2-2.
The saying on the Torbjorn, which is definitely interesting, considering
we will see the coalescence fight. Let's see how they use it. They're definitely not healing their Reinhardt. Ken is getting quite low on the Rein there.
Okay, a lot of picks going on here. There's a massive headshot action onto the Widow. Definitely a good Torbjorn, you can see that there.
The Winston's back in, but just a second too late. Without the jump cooldown, looks like he's gonna get farmed here. Oh no, he gets out alive.
San switches onto Ash from the Widow. Imperfect
definitely a
coming
smart
up on
pick.
all 6 ultimates, whereas N.I.C are sitting on 1, almost at 3. This fight should go in Imperfect's favour due to their ultimate economy.
Alright, obviously Candace get a big shatter here. She's been holding the shatter for a while now. Okay, Winston's ulted now. Slayer trying to get some boots on that, but can't really find anyone. Oh, wait, he does get rich port. Okay. Yeah, Kenneth's just. I'm not even sure what he's in right now. Just. Oh, okay, he's gone for the pin on the Winston, doesn't quite hit it. He's not actually going to go for the shatter right now, and the Reaper is ulting over Manchester to find the Whale and. The Moira and the DCL. Actually, massive picks right now for NIC. They should be able to get this point really easy now. Kenneth's just kind of stalling out. Uses his shatter, I'm not sure what that
Waste shatter, yeah.
was. Yeah, completely
Yeah.
wasted it.
This
Honestly,
is,
didn't need to do that right there.
It's a bad ultimate use from the side of
Interesting,
Imperfect. Yeah.
Alex Enrique looked like he's going to be switching. He switches onto the Hanzo.
A more traditional pick
Yeah,
from
Hanzo's a
him.
really good pick, yeah, definitely. He'll be able to burn down the
Yeah.
Winston really fast.
Look where
and
Slayer
headshot
is.
and Reapers
Look where
easily.
Slayer is on this sort of Winston flank here. Trying to set up a good dive onto the hands. I think.
Imperfect only have the 2 ultimates in
Yeah,
this
he does.
fight.
Yeah, Slayer going onto the Hanzo is going to get caught out by the Diva now. He should be fine though for now. Okay. Reachport using the Deadeye, everyone's completely fine away now. Yeah, he doesn't get any kills with it.
Alex Enrique picked us straight away by Sam.
Yeah, I know.
Sound on the
Sam did a pretty
hat.
good job there. See, it's still really risky right now running Reinhardt Diva into a Reaper because they're not going to have the real protection really, are they? Obviously the defense matrix is good, but having a Zari bubble is just better in my opinion against the Reaper.
Yeah, I
Sam's
agree.
hitting in some really nice shots on the enemy team.
Sam does have Bob ready. We'll have to see how he uses that. Bob can
Rich Boy's
have
going on the left
massive.
side.
Oh no, he
Ooh.
does get picked though.
Yeah, I know, he does get picked
Picked
off.
straight away. Rich Boy
Really
hitting
nice
3
hit,
nice shots
yeah.
in a
I know, I
getting
saw
rest
that.
though.
Headshot, body shot, body shot.
Ah,
So
we got a Deadeye.
This is coming, this is
with
gonna be
another
big.
high
Yeah.
noon.
and he kills
High
San
noon at the
again
start of the fight
after
and
the
a high noon
res.
at the end of the fight.
I mean, this might as well be going over to N.I.C though. It's okay, yeah. I mean, it's
There's
anyone's fight
primal
really,
rage.
at this point. It's anyone's fight.
Yeah, it is very, very split and even. But I think NIC has more supports here. I think
Yeah,
NIC are
NIC probably
winning
is going to
this.
win this. Yeah, NIC is going to win this point. I mean,
Yes.
honestly, the highlights here, Sam's been doing very well so far. Sam's been doing pretty good. The Reaper pick in general just was a good, like, kind of choice
Yeah,
considering
the
we didn't
Reaper
have
paid
Reinhardt
off
Zarya.
positively for NIC
Yeah.
here.
I feel
And
like
honestly,
maybe Reaper didn't work so well just because it was Reaper, but really because of how
Yeah,
badly
'cause
Imperfect played in terms of like their
Yeah,
choices.
Imperfect has completely switched up their comp
Hogorissa.
to Orisa
That-
Hog
that is
and
much
Mercy Ash.
So they definitely want to set up on the point,
NICs.
but and
Tracer switch.
a tracer switch,
Is
yeah,
that going
into a
through?
McCree. That's it's questionable, isn't it?
Definitely, I felt like he was so strong on that Ash, he should probably stick to it. But I'll see how it goes.
Alright, I'm back now. Yeah, you were right though. Having a Tracer against the McCree and the Roadhog isn't going to be a very good idea. Plus an Ash,
Hog-
I mean, the Tracer's probably going
Hog's
to get
on
bodied.
point alone for Imperfect. Never mind. Okay.
No picks going on right now. Then NIC does have a
He
point
knows
advantage,
that.
which is helping them. Yeah.
Lucio down for
Yeah.
Imperfect straight away.
The thing is, you
Yeah,
don't want to run a
Hogan
dive
is
in
great.
such a confined space. They do get initial point control though, so they will be ticking up towards point capture here.
And they see it will take the point and Orisa going down for Imperfect.
See, I would say the
getting hardly
massive.
pressured.
Yeah, I know, he's getting pressured massively. The main problem there is that they gave up point control instantly. Like, they didn't rotate
Yeah.
up to point, and NIC
However,
managed to get straight onto the
Hog
objective.
gets a pick back,
They should be able to get the
but it's
resurrect,
getting
yeah.
rezzed.
They do. With enough good protection.
I'd just say that so far,
His son
Imperfect's
wasted
overall positioning
possible.
hasn't been good. Like, their positioning hasn't quite been it.
Alex Enrique on the Ash here. They're in the double cowboy setup here. My God.
Tracer is flanking behind Imperfect.
Alex Enrique
Looking
with
for the
Bob
pick.
now. Straight onto point. We'll have to see how that does.
Hog's trying to point could be quite big for the Imperfect
Doesn't get
side.
value.
Big Deadeye actually manages to get the
Oh.
Diva out and the Lucio.
Alex Enrique getting a quadruple kill with Bob.
Technically a quadruple kill, yeah, but not many final blows.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bit,
He
just
one-tapped
tapping
3
everyone.
people and killed another guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Swap over to the Reaper now after he's used the Barb, alright.
See, I think
Reaper versus Reaper battle.
Imperfect needed to answer with dive tanks of their own. Running static
Yeah.
comps wasn't working for them, especially when
However,
they were running.
N.I.C are now switching onto the Orisa, trying to attack and control point with it. It's an
Yeah,
interesting switch.
that
It's
is an
definitely
interesting switch
interesting.
indeed.
I mean, I've
I
seen
feel
a
like
lot.
Hybrid Fusion should probably have to use ult early here, considering N.I.C have such an advantage on ultimates.
Yeah. So maybe they
She's
got.
solo,
Sam's
she needs to
tagging
use
team
it.
behind.
There will be an early Valkyrie from Hybrid Fusion. We'll have to see whether N.I.C pushes on this. They could just wait it out.
Big
Triforce Lads does go down, and obviously that is the Mercy, so there's going to be no res on that. Looks like the Orisa's getting bullied here a little bit, but
Interesting use of beats.
it does go
Keep the team
down.
alive and ensures the win for the fight. However, Alex and
Reaper's
Reaper's
getting
go
rezzed.
down, but
Getting
it's soon to
rezzed.
get rezzed.
But the issue is Imperfect uses both support ults that fight and will have nothing to
Yeah.
answer the Death Blossom.
I mean,
So,
they'll have
yeah.
Matrix. They should have Matrix for it.
Imperfect will have High Noon and probably both tank ults, whereas N.I.C are coming up to 5 ultimates.
They are taking this high ground here. Sans
Tracer
gets
down
back
straight
on
away.
headshot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Honestly, I'd say Richpot's been doing a very good job right now against San. Like, San hasn't been putting his weight, in my opinion, against McCree.
No,
probably
this
should
one
just swap him.
switches to Junkrat.
Yeah.
Interesting pick. I think out of desperation to try and get the point back, he needs to put in the high damage.
The Deadeye does get the D-Mech on Nini, and it looks like
Yeah.
a double boot
Imperfect-
here from the
Oh.
boosters. That's massive.
Yeah.
We'll have to see whether Death
Saint-
Blossom gets some value here. It does.
Oh,
Does get Avatar
Does it really,
Corona.
Saint completely steals the double boot from Avatar. The Reaper 1 HP
And alone.
I see silent. It's like Imperfect are taking this point.
Oh, I mean, there's a bomb
The
there.
bomb does
manage
get
to
the
D-Mech. Yeah. And he is contesting points
However,
at
3 players for N.I.C are on point at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're not going to
However,
win this, but...
Imperfect
Yeah.
are easily dropping them down one by one.
So I would say overall the dive did work way better for Imperfect. They were able
Yeah.
to like play way more together that way.
It'll all be
Let's
decided
face
on
it,
the
I'm
well, and the well is the best point because of all the boops.
Mhm.
We'll have to see what sort of comps they run. I wouldn't be surprised to see Orisa comps coming out here straight at the gate.
Yeah, here we are. And N.I.C's gone straight for the Orisa Hog. I mean, it's quite an odd comp for you with the Junkrat Soldier, but it's obviously a lot of damage output onto the dive, so
Yeah.
maybe they will be able to burn down the D.Va and Winston. Why don't you say that, as he kind of swaps over to the Orisa instead.
The Orisa, both
Mm.
teams running Orisa.
They have Ash Soldier now, double hit scan.
Oh,
A
Imperfect running
hamster.
the triple tank.
Yeah, triple tank with a ball. Interesting, very interesting.
I think
I
you
mean,
can
either way, they're gonna
kind
get
of run Ball like a DPS though. Ball can almost operate the same way as a Tracer does in some regards.
Lucio on both teams are playing very
Big boot,
slowly. and
massive
a
boot
big boot
from-
straight away from Saint.
Yeah. I think Rich put on this angle in the lighthouse.
Damage
and
goes to McCree, yeah. Coming in behind.
Saint is getting mad value here, and Laz falls off the map. What happens there? Oh, I assume they probably got booped or hooked or something, and then just floated
And
down
N.I.C
gently.
get a quick reset and give Imperfect the point.
I mean, it's really surprising there to see N.I.C actually fall and lose that fight, considering they have a massive damage output onto the Orisa barrier. Like, they should have been winning the barrier fights
They
instantly.
just haven't
Yeah.
been dealing with Saint very well. And we will
Orisa's
see the
gonna use
minefield here, I
Fortify.
think.
Yeah,
Halts the
Yeah,
enemy
the
team
minefield.
into the minefield. That was a massive combo from the side of Imperfect.
Rageport popping off right now.
That was
Getting
amazing
kind of
play
unleashed
from Saints actually on the Wrecking Ball. I think they should be able to get the res here onto Alex Enrique, and they do, yeah.
I mean, this would seem really one-sided right now. Every single time that NSC have tried pushing them, they've basically gone in.
Oh,
There's the pick on
however,
tap.
they do get the
Pick on
pick,
tap.
and
They
they
got
get both
the picks on
supports.
both
leaders,
supports,
both
yeah.
leaders. Yeah. With bad positioning to
We'll
be
see
honest, we're
whether
very
he's
far
going to use
forward
the
there.
whole hog here. There's a Deadeye.
They like to zone them all.
Yeah, it doesn't get any kills.
It's buying them time.
No, you're seeing the
And
whole
I'm not
whole
sure.
Maddox right now.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
whether
the whole
buying
business
time's going to
game.
help here, but the ball will probably be able to get some more time, but waiting for the supports to get back in, and the supports are back
Lucio
in.
down on the side of N.I.C.
Attack buys out from N.I.C.
has
though.
been used.
Doesn't get much value because everyone's just gone into cage. N.I.C. still poised to win this though. It doesn't look like Imperfect's going to be able to pull this back with the amount of picks N.I.C. is getting.
I mean, Satan's still just behind them, ready to contest
It's
point.
all just a matter of time here, isn't it? They are stalling
He's used
massively.
minefield. He's used minefield and set kill on Lucio. Interesting.
Lucio.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
should
that
really
was
just drop
probably
off
a
the
waste.
yeah. Yeah.
That's probably a waste of minefield there, considering all of
I
his
mean,
teammates
considering
are
he's
has
there.
at
been used.
considering that at 99%, they only need to win
Yeah,
one
it's
fight.
fine.
And I see with a lot of ults here to hold though, so we'll see how they use
However,
them.
the single supercharger on Imperfect side, however, they're coming up to Deadeye and Beat. Ty has been used.
You see with Alex Enrique gets the
a
pick
nice angle
and kills
an
the tire.
incredible tire.
Great kill on the tire, yeah. That was really good.
Oh,
Almost
gets
gets
the
the
Lucio.
kill. Beats from both
Another
sides
Deadeye.
here.
Deadeye from
Lovely
Bridgeport.
aim onto the dynamite.
Bridgeport getting Triforce
Big
here.
boot.
Yeah.
Both supports down from the side of
Obviously, NIC is
NIC,
just
and it looks like
crumbling right
NIC is crumbling, yeah.
And Imperfect should.
Yeah, Alex did a lot of
finish
work
this
that
off.
round.
Sand back on the point, but not too much success here, and it should be Imperfect taking map 1.
You know what I mean? We're seeing the still right now from this Valkyrie Mercy. She's doing a very
Yeah.
good job in all fairness. She's doing a very good job.
Hasn't even died yet. You'd think she would have by
Yeah.
now.
I mean,
But
they
there
got
is
a pick on
attack
Satan.
visor.
Maybe attack me.
Oh,
never
instantly
mind.
killed.
Yeah. Meant to kill.
Bob
Trust
straight in the well.
Bob shot. Nah, they've won anyway. This first map probably didn't go if you're Imperfect. They're just stalling out now, trying to get some last second
Get
presence
some
on the point.
anything, really.
Yeah, they want you know. get any
Alex
sort of
Enrique
presence
is
on the point,
completely
but-
uncontested on the high ground here, just able to do mad
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
here.
Another Deadeye, just zone them off. Yeah, that's it.
After the first point, NIC looked quite confident. However,
They
after
just
that,
crumbled. They really crumbled from Richport and Alex. Like Alex did a pretty good job there at the end.
Yeah, that will be map 1 going to Imperfect.
And also Saint.
This is an
Saint
amazing
Yeah.
really did incredible work at the beginning.
Really
Just
good
good
pull
teamwork
from
in
Ken
general.
to get all of NIC grouped up for this.
Nice. It's environmental kill, but
Yeah.
done that. Yeah, 14k damage in 30 minutes. Really not too bad.
Not too
Plus
shabby
14k
at all.
healing. 14k healing obviously is also pretty good. There's a primary Lucio. But damn.
Mhm.
Yeah, both Lucios. I was watching both Lucios throughout
They
the
were
first
very-
game,
Yeah, they
and
were
neither
very
of
heal
them
heavy.
played aggressive at
Aggressive.
all.
Yeah, they're very
They
heal
were
orientated.
both heal bot Lucios, right? Because they didn't play
Heal
for
bot
boops or anything.
Lucios.
Yeah, pretty much. They played on point and healed the team really, which obviously is a good way of like getting beat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't really help them win.
They
team
had some.
fights that
There
much.
was a lot of opportunity where they could have played aggressively, but
But they chose not to.
they
I mean,
chose
in my
not
opinion,
to.
if you're gonna play completely passive Lucio like that and just stay on the point and heal, it's nice.
You
and
may as well
all,
play
obviously.
Moira.
Yeah, you might as well play Moira. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Just play Moira. Like if you're not gonna go for any of the boops or any of the massive
Just go
plays,
Moira
then you might as well
forehead.
just go
It
Moira
really
or Grid or
is.
something. Something that will actually help by being static rather than playing Lucio, who's meant to be played forward. But you know, it worked out.
Okay, map 2 will be Temple of Anubis.
We could see some Widow play here from both sides. Looked as though Alex looked more confident on the Ashe than because
Yeah.
he didn't play Widow at all. I'm surprised Sam switched off Widow straight away. He got quite a few picks in the first fight.
Yeah, I mean he's a bit of main, so you would expect it, but
Who's
at the
asking
same time, he
if they're
didn't have the
ready?
point presence.
NIC's ready.
Plays a lot Widowmaker. Yeah, Santa's like a hardcore Widow main, 428 hours.
I feel like he was a lot stronger
Got
on
too
his
three.
snipers than he was on like his tracer.
Yeah, so he didn't do much on Tracer, and like he really didn't do much. Then we were just
He
shutting him down constantly.
because his aim is quite good, but with the movement, he looked very confused a lot of the time.
Okay, I've
He was
sorted the
like
team
shooting a lot
colors
of
now
walls.
because Imperfect's team color is yellow, and I put N.I.C on like this.
They're white, aren't
They are
So
white, but the nearest bright color I could find is like this light blue. So it will be Imperfect defending first here, and N.I.C on the offense.
oh, I would
Interesting.
love to see both these teams run what they've picked.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, Torbjorn and Junkrat's gonna be really high damage output for Imperfect on it. They'll definitely be able to rip through any form of goats that. I mean, obviously, if N.I.C decides to run goats, which they're not right now, but if they did run goats, they will actually get ripped apart unless they run a Baptiste to counter the immortality that
Torbjorn is
Imperfect
super
have.
strong on this map, I feel, as well, because the angles that you can place turrets,
Yeah, Torbjorn. This is definitely
like
a
on
better
this, because
Torbjorn
there's
map.
so many stairs.
Torbjorn's buff in general has just made him really good, honestly. Obviously on a lot more maps, but yeah,
This
this
is a very
really tolerable,
interesting
really good map.
comp for Temple of Anubis that NIC are trying.
Yeah, it really is. Soldier. I mean, the Widowmaker standard, but the Soldier, Soldier of
Rich
Anzari,
ports
that's
on
definitely
Widow.
interesting.
Ooh, Rich port stood behind the barrier.
Yeah, I want to see if we can get any picks here. Insane getting picked immediately onto Gohan right now.
Yeah.
Pushing into choke right now against all this spam damage is going to be really difficult for NIC. Let's face it.
They're probably
Yeah.
gonna
Okay,
have
Rich
to go
Port
left
getting
here.
double body shot on the Lucio.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I would recommend.
Come on, Rich port, play out. Come on, you know you wanna hook onto the bridge.
I know. I'm waiting for him to hook onto the bridge. I mean, if I were him, I would do it. Just screw
Yeah,
it, man.
same.
They don't have any vertical mobility other than
I
the enemy
mean,
widow.
you've literally got a Baptiste and a Mercy on your team. You can get res.
Yeah, he didn't want to. And immediately they're getting shredded into pieces. Yeah, Saints
And the
can pick
wheel.
for the Rip Tower as well. This is real. It's massive, it's massive. Half the team's already down. And the rest
I have
of the
some
team's
Rike
on
going
the
in to
left.
clean up here.
Yeah.
And the Torbjorn.
The hammer's out.
Gohan immediately picks
hammer
again.
kills, though. Well, that was just clean up, wasn't it?
That was, yeah. See, the main problem right now is that NIC are running a completely static comp into a Junkrat and going straight into the right choke. Well, obviously left for them, but right for
Yeah.
the sense.
But the thing is, we've
isn't
seen
smart for them
NIC
at all.
thrive when running more
Dive.
dive-centric comps,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
exactly what they need here.
Even if it's like swapping out the oh, they've gone dive.
They
as
have
we
gone
say
dive.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
even if it was swapping out the soldier for Hammond just to get someone on point, but a
Tapping
season
that pressure
4
is good.
dive,
Yeah,
they've
it's a
gone for
classic season 4 dive.
which is
I mean,
interesting choice.
yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Immediately
Slayers
taken
just
out by
killed
Rich
immediately. The Divas have been on max. Yeah, this is just falling apart. The damage output is just insane. They didn't dive at the same time. Plus, obviously, Tracer can't really do much against the Torp turret plus Junkrat.
I mean, the top turret has been taken out here. Hybrid Fusion
Yeah,
just
but-
went Gohan.
Ritual gets picked by Saturn.
I mean, do they have the res?
Axe and Rika is probably going to look for a hammer kill somewhere here. Aw, cannot get it. He needs this hammer kill, he does.
Oh, I managed to find the late pick on San. Yeah, San should have honestly
that's
just
what
died.
he's
Okay,
getting
rest.
rest.
Does get rest, yeah.
Okay, rest.
If
I
they
feel like
dive
it's worth
now,
him-
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
they might be able to get
That's
value
gonna be-
here. They are Imperfect are still quite split, and they do kill the bongo. Oh,
No one's
looks like Slayer's
contesting
getting melted
Richport,
here.
and he's Richport's getting so many shots off.
Yeah, no,
Onto
Richpord's completely
Imperfect,
uncontested on
onto
the high ground right
NIC.
now. So what I've noticed right now is just the dive has been really like odd. I mean, look at Richport right now, getting so many picks right now because he hasn't been contested at all. Like they've dived on top of the Orisa, which obviously isn't a good idea because Orisa can just tank most of the damage. They should really be focusing maybe on Widowmaker or someone a lot more vulnerable, but instead they're going straight for that like they're deciding to dive straight onto the enemy team, which isn't
See,
smart.
I think instead of running the Genji here, you'd want to run a Widowmaker. It's going to be able to contest
definitely.
Richport during the dive. They get the pull and manage to kill the
Huge
kill
pull
bot
as it
support.
was. However, I believe the Junkrat is going to go down.
Oh, no, he's not.
Never mind.
Manages to get Winston.
Surviving.
This has
2
been
times.
brutal.
It really has.
Both Genji and Trace are up here on the high ground battling this Junkrat. But
Yeah,
both are
Genji's-
low.
Yeah.
And
Both
both
getting
get
picked.
killed.
Yeah. Yeah, Winston's using the ultimate just gets
Winston messes up his jump, although now he's pressuring.
pressuring Rich.
Artitos.
But he's quickly left his focus.
There'll be an amplification
Rich
matrix
will
from
finally be-
Tucker on the side of Imperfect. A Dragon Blade.
Oh. Oh, it's actually, I mean, you got the immortality and the turret right now. This actually might be winnable for
This-
NIC.
yes,
He
this
has a
could
match
be
for
winnable for
hybrid
NIC.
teams as well.
Let's see what that
Rich
actually
getting
can
mad.
pop off here. He's still like quite high in health. Getting supported quite a
Although
lot.
once Richport is still
Yeah. I mean, Rich will think, yeah, he got taken out by the Mercy. Even though
this might.
Yeah, it's going to NIC. Wow, I'm actually very surprised by that, to be honest. I would say really it was just the Devon managing to get the immortality and the turret, which kind of opened it up for them. Because
Yeah.
obviously then Imperfect are left a lot more vulnerable to
Richport,
like
yeah,
that.
they were positioned around the immortality.
I would say right there, the main problem, like, Richport wasn't getting focused as much as, like, he could have been.
Not at
And he
all.
didn't manage
And
to
he was
get-
getting so many free shots.
Yeah, but he did, like...
From his actual picks and just his body shots, allowing the
San
clean up to be so
USP
easy.
now going on to the Genji here, which is interesting.
Yeah. There's been a lot of Genji played today for some reason. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Did they buff him or something? Like...
They'll never buff him, you know Blizzard.
Yeah.
They want the casuals.
Just a bit of
to
posturing as
do
well.
well.
There will be a pick on Alex and Rike. They are going to try instant res it, and they managed to get the res.
Yeah, Imperfect is completely crumbling down NIC right now. Gohan's probably going to fall too to this Torbjorn any second. Gohan just, yeah, standing still, he's letting himself get killed.
I feel like
Obviously
Genji
smart to do
really is
that.
not the pick right now for San.
I mean, you never know, maybe it's the Genji god that was promised. It
Uh,
was actually the prince that was promised.
Azura High.
hmm
Let's see Azura High go
I mean-
for it then.
I mean, they're still looking after massive damage output from
San needs
Imperfect.
healing and isn't getting any. Oh, there we go. Oh, immediately taken out by a concussion mine that was sent through the amplification matrix. Actually one
Wait,
shot
you
get the
by
res
it.
on-
rest.
They get the res on Sam though. Could be big for them. Alex taking on the soldier in the back. Gohan actually managed to kill Alex. Alex pulled out his hammer trying to get a hammer kill on Gohan. And Gohan just lasered him. Oh, that's what he gets really, isn't it?
The
Trying to
Mercy
meme.
on NIC side pulled out her pistol instead of healing the Genji, which killed him.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's trying to meme right now, but it's just really been to their own detriment, hasn't it? Alex with the hammer and then...
And Tucker
and
on
I
getting
see
back out
Mercy with
spawn
the
on the back
pistol.
cheese throws at the immortality field. It looks like Imperfect will be able to stabilize this.
Yeah. Honestly, the big problem right
Completely.
now, they have not killed this Junkrat. For the longest time, this Junkrat has just been standing on point almost completely alone for like maybe 10 seconds there. While the soldier decided to just not shoot him. That's really
A
weird.
Symmetra from Alex Enrique.
Honestly, that can actually be big. I really do believe in it.
The turrets.
I'm seeing
I mean,
triple DPS on the side of
huge.
NIC here.
I mean, yeah,
the
NIC's
solar
been for way
tank.
more static comp as well with the Reinhardt, so Symmetra can be really good actually against it. Because, like, the sheer amount
Yeah,
of cancer
Reinhardt
really from the
really
Junkrat and the
struggles
Sim.
with. Yeah, Reinhardt really struggles with sim turrets as well, especially when they're placed high up.
Yeah.
Obviously, he
It's all
doesn't
been
have
really
the,
good for them actually, going
doesn't
Sim.
have the range to deal with it. They are going through caves here, NIC.
Which also isn't a very smart pick because it's basically a massive chokehold.
We might see a
isn't it?
Dragon Blade here. They might try to bait out
I never
Immortality
try.
beforehand if they're
So
smart.
that's him coming out. Oh, it gets killed immediately. Wow.
But,
Alright. Let's see what Sam can do here with the Dragon Blade if he pulls it out.
the Deadeye does find Nini, but maybe there will be a res, and there is, yeah.
Genji playing very passively right now, yeah, he has
Nice
to
and
get out
Enrique
right
with
now.
2. It's just unfortunate that there is a pick from Nini, but they're not going to be able to capitalize on it with a
Yeah, they're getting completely rolled through now.
double coalescence coming from Hybrid Fusion here.
That's another one of those rolls, isn't it? It's been very one-sided.
S-
I mean, Sam needs to get a
So
massive Dragon Blade here if
I
they
think he
want
might
to win this
be. I
point.
think he might be going Diva actually.
No,
You're
Sam's
They
got
right.
swapped to
really
hard
good-
goats.
Last second
No,
goats.
they went quad support.
Quad support, yeah.
It is
Why?
quad support.
I think they're keeping the Mercy for Valkyrie, but
Yeah.
like I understand swapping
really
the Genji because even if he has Blade,
I feel like
Dragon Blade isn't
Yeah.
a very useful ultimate.
It doesn't do it.
San's 1 HP in the back and he's not receiving.
I'm doing hybrid
Yeah,
fusion
it's just too much
DPS and
damage.
on the Moira, and yeah, it's just way too much damage
they've
from
gone.
the side of Imperfect.
Yeah.
N.I.C just
Alex
cannot
actually
deal
going
with
hard.
this.
I mean, honestly, that San on Genji was not the pick. He wasn't really able to do anything, and he didn't even pop one Dragon Blade. did he, the
Especially,
entire time?
especially with the swap onto the Symmetra, I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
He should have just maybe tried to go like balls deep with an early Dragon Blade to see whether he could catch after
and then
Corona
maybe
off
just swap
guard.
off. Mhm. But
Because
he played way too passively. He
otherwise,
played-
otherwise Corona's just going to throw down the Immortality field, and he's not going to be able to get any value at all.
I mean, he got none anyway since he didn't use the thing, but you
Yeah.
know, he played way too passively. I mean, obviously his team was getting crumbled into pieces by all the damage, but at the same time needed to make some plays and he didn't. So yeah, that was a really big blunder by N.I.C. I mean, let's face it, Imperfect have kind of been memeing with the Symmetra and the Junkrat and all that sort of stuff, and the fact that Alex has been sometimes using the Torbjorn hammer.
Well,
They've
this
kind of been,
is
memeing.
this is kind of like Alex's deal. When Imperfect are against a team that they know is weaker than them, they'll pull out meme strats so that they can have a bit more fun. Like it can be a bit more of a challenge. Because obviously, if Alex were tryharding, he'd play Widowmaker or Ashe or something because he's like very proficient on long range hit scan. But
Yeah. When you saw that they were losing on Elios, that's when
yeah.
he whipped out his Ashe.
Put out the Ashe, yeah.
Although now they're running an odd quad DPS. Oh, never mind. They're switching to the Moira.
I
Let's
mean,
say it's quite-
attack.
They are
Orisa
running an
Moira,
attack
it's
bunker here. It is.
Yeah, it's some sort of attack bunker.
Without the Bastion.
Yeah, I mean, this is really weird, but you know, it can work. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to teleport the Orisa and basically everyone straight onto the high
Well, you
ground
think
right now.
that, but Alex Enrique is
my
on a
guess.
weird angle. It looks like he's going to be going on his
Oh,
own.
they're
flank.
pushing straight into point actually. Yeah, Alex is pushing straight into point. Yeah, and Alex is just on point alone.
This is
Oh,
going to give
alright.
so much space for Richport just to laser down.
I mean, yeah,
Alex gets
forces,
picked,
yeah,
but the thing is
but
that their
Richport's
teams
gonna have a lot of
get
space.
so much more positioning here.
yeah. Sacrifice was not in vain.
It looks like it may have been actually. It looked like it might have been a slight feed.
Yeah, I mean, Richport hasn't really been able to get the headshots that he needs to get right now. He had all
I
that
think-
No,
focus.
he's been.
I
he's
think it
been
was a
hitting
miscommunication
consistent
from the
body
side of
shots.
Imperfect. It was definitely
Yeah.
a miscommunication from the side of Imperfect. If they all went through teleporter and rotated with a speed boost, they would have been
That
able
would
to
be much
just
better.
get straight onto the point and set up for almost like a
Once
defensive.
again,
And it looks like they're all
not-
taking the teleporter this time, pretty much following my advice.
headshot
Exactly.
on Zarya
And they
from
take up the
Richport.
defensive position here. I mean, Imperfect, they have been winning a lot more in these defensive fights. Will be a
Once
wall coming
again,
from Alex Enrique
Like
right before he gets
every other
pinned.
fight, Richport is completely uncontested in the back.
Yeah, no. There's someone managing to hit
As
headshots.
is Saint
I
on the
mean,
Junkrat. Well, I
some
say
quite a lot
that.
of body shots, but no headshots. Yeah, Richport is really just a body shot bandit, isn't he? I mean, he gets the job done, but at the same time, he's only gotten maybe one headshot that I've seen so far on the Zarya.
Yeah,
at
he
one
headshot
point,
the
and that was it.
Zarya.
That was it, really, wasn't it?
Go on. Oh, no, shut
Yeah,
the Baptist.
trying to get the Ashe.
Go on.
You never know,
Not
maybe
able
one
to get
day.
any picks before this fight.
It's fine though, I mean, only picks aren't too necessary, it's 2 CP.
That's true.
He'll
Early
probably go
picks
for the
just
high
come
ground
out as
here.
staggers, that'll stall. Really just want a
Yeah.
decisive.
Imperfect here have 6 minutes to get a single tick.
It probably will be a neat steamer for them. Watching Kenneth right now pushing onto point, basically alone, going against both of the enemy tanks with his solo barrier. Manages to use his Fortify to, get rid of, well, stop himself from getting shattered, but his team will still fall. If I was Imperfect, I wouldn't really be running the attack Arista right now against Franzaria because the barrier's going to
Yeah,
be long down
I'd
instantly.
probably switch the Widow
Yeah, I think Kenneth is swapping right now. He's just running back to spawn, or not? No, he's just getting heals, alright.
Then they'll probably use. Oh, no. They'll probably use their
Falling asleep.
ultimates.
Let's see whether Sam can get a pick for this fight.
Both
Maybe I'll follow
teams
Tans of
have
Rich
4 ultimates going into this fight.
To be honest, the Riptide will probably be massive, unless oh, Richport managed
First
to
pick
get
coming from Richport onto the
Yeah,
Ash,
but-
is going to get rezzed.
Yeah, we'll get this. I mean, that was really weird by Kenneth. He placed his barrier and then went to do the teleport, so he didn't have barrier when he went through. That was really odd by him, but yeah, and the ball's down to drop. Well, I'll say that actually,
Picks from
jump
both
out
sides
yeah,
for this fight.
it's been pretty even. Richport managed to kill the
Thing
Mercy
is,
as
I
well.
think that without main tank,
they won't be able to have any
Imperfect
point
isn't going to be able
presence.
to, have enough point presence. There will be a
The
teabag.
Yeah, the teabag. I see that teabag.
No, it's just a tactical
Richport
crouch.
wastes.
Tactical
Yeah.
crouch
Wastes
to avoid
the,
Alex and Enrique's secondary fires, obviously.
Definitely.
Maybe we'll see a
Richport
bongo.
switches
An
into
early
the
bongo.
McCree.
Yeah,
McCree is
maybe
questionable.
I mean, yeah, honestly, if I were them, I would actually.
Because into
run
an Ash, you'd
Farah.
stay on the Widow, really, because you have the range advantage, especially with the open sight lines here.
Farah wouldn't be bad as well, considering there's a lot of easy ways for them to hide around the pillars and maneuver around so that Ash can't get LOS on a Farah. Well, you know, they haven't gone for it. Richport is hitting a lot of consistent shots right now, which is good
This
for
sim
them.
wall is doing work, to be honest.
Yeah, it kept Richport alive for them massively. He's helping the team.
Nini on like maximum charge here.
Okay, I'd say Imperfect, the big thing right now, they are running attacker is the solo tank, which is...
No,
really
Alex and Enrique swapped onto the Ash. They're
Yeah,
not
they're
messing
getting
around
serious now.
anymore, are they?
Yeah, Kenneth's probably going to use a supercharger and then swap off to maybe a Reinhardt. I mean, if I were them, I would probably run dive into that, considering that, you know... you
What
can
I want to
push
see is
down
an
to the
early
Ash.
supercharger from Kenneth. Because if they
Yeah.
can, if they
Yeah,
get an early
engaging
supercharger in,
one.
they can shred shield before any chance of an earth shatter or anything like that.
True, true. I mean, one Thunder Hammer with a damage boost like that can do what? How much damage is that? A couple hundred. I mean, it's massive.
What's Slayer doing with it? It's a wheel, but they do have immortality.
Triforce picking off Enrique and rezzing Sam.
Big Deadeye. Oh yeah, this will be it now. Definitely, Richport killing multiple there. The massive Deadeye and then flashbang kill on the soldier.
C9 lol.
Nah, it wasn't C9.
Not
They were going to lose
C9.
that point. Yeah.
Yeah, there was 3 of them
Plat
around
chat.
point.
Actual plat chat. Yeah, Alex did a lot on this Symmetra. He completely shut down the goats immediately since he had his ultimate and he managed to get max energy on that beam which does so much damage, they just can't do anything about
It
it.
actually does more damage than Zarya's beam once it's at maximum charge.
Really crazy.
That's very worrying.
It is.
Honestly, Saint did a lot that game. Saint did a lot
Yeah.
of work right on that game on Junkrat. He did most of the damage for the team. Obviously, Alex got the most damage, but Saint, especially on that first point defense, he did so much initially to shut down the static play that N.I.C did. But there will be another win coming over to Imperfect. Let's face it, this is probably going to be a 4-0 to Imperfect unless N.I.C manages to change something up right now. Because the
This is not
DPS
Blizzard
overall...
World.
Yeah, it is
yeah, it is. Because honestly, overall, Imperfect CPS just has been doing better than NIC's. Like, San has been getting picked most of the time by either Alex or Richport in pretty much every single fight. And Gohan, he's alright, but he has been picking the right characters right now. Like we saw him on the Soldier on attack into the Junkrat and Torbjorn, which wasn't really too smart, considering they weren't running a quad DPS comp or anything. And then he went. Wait, was he on Genji? Was Gohan on Genji at one point? I'm not even too sure.
Gohan and Sam both on Genji.
Yeah,
They
they're both
have
on
really
Genji, which
interesting
wasn't smart.
choices on team comps.
Yeah, like NIC really haven't been playing the most optimum team comps. Like but to be honest, both teams like overall do seem quite even. Just Imperfect are going for way better and more optimal team compositions because they're playing obviously a lot more meta and strong characters like Ash and McCree and stuff like that.
There will be
Someone's
a swap. No, I removed it.
Alright.
Wait, what the fuck? Since when did NIC have a GM player? I didn't realise that was 4,300. Well, there you go.
They have a different tank player in now. They take out Nini, and Nini was doing very well, but maybe they had to go.
Yeah, there's not
Alright, both teams are ready.
a master player for a gold player.
Right, here we go. Map 3, Blizzard. Odd comps get played here, but I'd say the most optimal comp for Blizzard World, especially on A, is probably Winston Goats.
Do you think?
Yeah, Winston Goats, definitely. Winston Goats and sometimes Bunker. If you run Bunker on defense on the high ground where Flight to Duskwood is, then you can get mad value as well. Let's see what either team does though.
Did we go Winston Goats on this?
Yeah, we did. And we won.
I hate playing Sombra, but you kind of just have to, don't you?
Yeah.
Right then. I mean, there's pretty safe competition coming over here from Imperfect. It's going, wait.
N.I.C. going Goats.
Yeah.
Back.
Standard, isn't it? I mean, there's pretty safe competition from Imperfect and Theoris Arc. You know, pretty standard comp. For the double hit scan. But Richport, obviously, you don't want to have double hit scan in a lot of situations, but Richport is playing a lot more damage orientated. Like, he isn't going for. He is just doing a lot of find the hammers and. You know, he is getting a lot of shots, so he's getting all the damage out that's needed. So it's completely fine.
I'm kind of worried, like, because there's a Goats comp obviously coming out from the side of NIC here. And
if N.I.C. do it properly, they'll be able to completely roll over.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, Imperfect doesn't have the damage to deal with it. Maybe Richport can do damage to the Fan Hammer, but otherwise, like maybe Alex Enrique gets a pick here, but with the shield not really breaking too quick,
the only real hope is the only real hope is if NIC plays really split, which they have been doing a lot of the time. Or if Avatar
there is a flanking hog up
here
here on the Flight to Duskwood. Saint up here might be looking for a pick. Just chipping in damage in the back, and the shield does break, but they are making a rotation around the back here.
The flank hog honestly can work out a lot of the time to get an early pick on them.
Yeah, especially with his less mobile comp, so you definitely want to be able to take the space here.
To this flank.
Yeah, Alex Enrique goes around in the rotation, gets all the way to the back here. He's going to be looking for some picks.
Alright, they're going straight onto the wrist and Alex going head first into the enemy. I mean, that's actually a really big pick. The immortality is down, which means that Imperfect are vulnerable again, but having one man down
Imperfect have really good
massive.
angles here. Alex Enrique on one angle and Saint on the other.
Yeah.
It's really
too much damage for Kenneth.
It's
way too much damage for Kenneth, and Saint's probably going to go down in a second as well. See, the thing is they have massive angles, but they haven't got the damage.
How did Hybrid Fusion get that res?
Yeah, I mean,
that's a bit of a feat though. Kenneth is just going to die again. We'll see how Imperfect answers this. They're probably going to swap up their comp here.
Yeah, the main problem is that they didn't have the point presence. No, they haven't. Ash is questionable.
Ash?
I mean, if
Ash is good
against then maybe.
Does more damage.
Yeah, she can do a lot with the dynamite.
Damage output is very high.
And also, they did change her tick damage for her dynamite. And they made it so that the tick damage isn't affected by the armor damage reduction calculation anymore.
A huge dynamite from Alex here. Already on to 40% ult charge.
I mean, I guess Bob is good point presence, right?
Yeah, that's what it.
Just getting massive dynamites here, just building up ult charge very quickly. Oh, Richport dying at the hands of Gohan here. Gets rezzed up. And Alex Enrique on top of the turret here.
He's gonna have a bob very soon here. He's gonna have a bob very soon. Yeah, he does drop in actually after.
The thing is, it's just gonna stall for a little bit, but he's just gonna die like so quickly.
Farah and Junkrat switched out from the Hog and the McCree.
Are they gonna stall here? They are. Right.
Okay, Alex getting picked immediately by the Diva, just getting completely died. Are they
So
gonna get res
Avatar
off things
Corona's
or
doing
what?
big healing with the amplification matrix here at the back, keeping
Yeah.
Kenneth alive in the
And that
middle of the fight.
Yeah. The
Imperfect
Riptide's gonna
should
really.
win this fight,
Yeah.
and how.
Alex has got the free. Alex has got the free high ground now, which means that he's gonna be able to get the last stagger picks on the enemies.
And this will be a stagger here, won't it?
Yeah.
Oh god, this is looking like a brutal stagger.
And also, and Alex might be able to get it on the Lucian.
No, he's not.
No, the Lucian
Lucio's
gets out
one
on
health.
1 HP.
Yeah. Pretty close. Okay, the Pharaoh Junkrat, I mean, this actually is really good for Imperfect against the goats, since they're staying on the goats team comp for some reason.
Their team damage is incredibly high.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you're running against these high DPS kinds of comps, when you're playing goats, you want to be running Winston.
Alex
Instead of a
probably
Reinhardt.
will use the Bob here.
Yeah, there it is.
There is a
Counter
count-
as well, Bob Ashkin ripped it.
What was that? That wasn't a counter charge because he
No, that was a
just
stun.
charged over it. Yeah. It was a
I
stun.
think it was a brick stun into a charge.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
it was
actually
a
cancelled the
brick stun.
coalescence there. Did you see that, guys? Alex
Yeah.
actually cancelled the coalescence there with a kill on the Moira. She used it for like maybe half a second or something.
Crazy.
Brig being
Is
trapped on
Gohan
point
gonna
two
go
down
in?
as well.
He's gonna end up getting himself staggered here because it
Yeah.
looks like Imperfect.
They're just
in this fight.
committing on
Nice shot,
there. Yeah,
nice
really
shot
hard
on
committing.
too.
Slayer's doing well here. Slayer's doing bits, but he's very low on health and with no
Yeah.
help in sight. He gets another
Once
pick.
again, N.I.C just isn't playing together.
The thing is,
like,
Slayer
the vibe
keeps
there.
getting picks here. He just doesn't have any support.
I know.
I didn't
Yeah.
realise Slay was 4300.
Yeah, he is. He's actually playing really
Yeah.
well, to be fair. Like, I'd say right now, Gohan hasn't really been following up at Slayer's play. Like, he's been really trying his hardest to dive Alex, but they're not actually managing to defense matrix the Reinhardt. And Gohan's going up to the Soldier now, which is a very odd pick. I mean, I guess that's to counter the Pharah. But he probably
The
won't
thing
be able
is,
to
it
do
isn't
it
the
with
Pharah
the
you want to
buff
focus
did.
on in this comp.
Yeah.
A Widow would work so well against.
Yeah, it would. Alex has got another bar, but let's face it, if they carry running like this sort of team comp with the triple healer, 2 tanks, and healing up all this damage from Alex,
You
Alex is gonna
can't
have a
run
Bob every
Reinhardt
fight.
here. You need
Yeah,
to
you
swap the
can't.
Reinhardt onto a Winston.
Yeah, Alex is
Or-
gonna literally get Bob every fight. They carry
Against the
doing
team
this.
comp that Imperfect are running, you want to on the quad DPS with the Widow and the Sombra.
And Saint just spamming through the amplification matrix.
It's just too much damage, isn't it?
Like those
For a standard
grenades,
team comp
even
like
without
that.
amplification matrix, the damage from those grenades is damning to a goat's comp.
Yeah.
That's some weird soldier goats, isn't it? It's not even a proper goats comp.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really odd that Gohan went over to Soldier rather than playing D.Va, since D.Va's actually able to at least contest Alex off the high ground and
Yeah.
deal with the power
I
style.
We are
like
going to
also
see
he's
a
can't do
few
any of
ults
it.
from the side of N.I.C. this fight, but however many ults N.I.C. have,
A wasted
Imperfect
bomb.
always
And
has
it- yeah, a bit
more.
of a wasted bob. I mean, you say that when yeah, it actually was a wasted bob. So maybe we could get a kill there, but yeah, couldn't. Sand King picked immediately. I mean, Alex is doing massive work right now with Saint's damage. They can't really do anything about it.
Like every other round, he's just been completely uncontested.
Yeah, he's been completely uncontested. And I see really have done nothing to really focus fire any one person, haven't they? Except they're playing without microphones. They're just not focusing any one person specifically, and not really getting Alex off the high ground or dealing with Saint's damage or anything.
And you know what
I'm
they
just
need
walking
to
in, letting it
really
happen.
focus on? Like, it's like there's 2 players who just have passive invisibility to NIC, and that's Avatar Corona and Hybrid Fusion. The healers on the side of Imperfect never die. They literally never
true.
get killed because there is no focus on them at all, ever.
Like, you could see that Alex was sitting on top of the turret, just shooting down, throwing dynamite down onto NIC, and no one shot him for, I don't even know, how long was that, 5 hours no one shot him? He was just standing on top of there, throwing dynamites on top of them, building up Bob every 20 seconds, literally on a 10-second cooldown or something. And they just did nothing. Like, obviously they tried shooting at him when they pushed through the choke, but at the same time, the soldier got picked every single fight. Let's face it, Gohan died immediately every single fight. Either the Pharah spam, the Junkrat spam, or Alex's aim. And then that just left him completely vulnerable because the man down to 5v6 and, well, actually the 5v7 considering they always had Bob, like Alex always had Bob. So it wasn't winnable for them unless they ran maybe a Diva or Dive Goats. So yeah, I mean, that was just really just not good by N.I.C. They just weren't focusing enough and not focusing individual targets as a collective. They were kind of just doing their own thing and spreading across. Like Gohan was going to the high ground and trying to contest Alex when he was on Diva, but they're not helping. But he didn't help the Reinhardt at all. And then their Reinhardt just got picked off massively a lot of the time. Like Slayer's doing a lot of work, but he can't really reach his maximum potential if he's not.
Let's just focus on the task at hand now. It looks like the Omega bunker coming out.
Yeah, the Omega bunker. I mean, it's going to be really risky. I mean,
this is like this isn't even quad DPS.
It's a G2-2. It's a G2-2, but then at the same time, they're running complete anti-bunker. Like Pharmacy Hanzo is going to completely rip the barrier in half every single time that they place it down. And it's going to be way too much damage.
Zen, you can't forget about Zen here. In this composition, Zenyatta is going to do great work.
I know. I mean, even with the hamster's going to do a lot of disruption onto the bunker and disrupt the focus fire on that's going to be on Reinhardt. Okay, they managed to get the Reinhardt down with the immortality, and well, I'm guessing the Hammer's going to fall too because he gets stuck.
There's a res
Alex
on
in the high ground behind him. Yeah. Which I mean, Alex manages to get the Baptiste as well. It's actually going pretty. I mean, they're getting a lot of picks here, but it's definitely a loss for Imperfect. I really do feel that now that Alex has his Dragon Strike and Richport's almost got his barrage, they will be able to get this next fight really easily. But the second that the immortality goes down, because the bunker's going to be really vulnerable. Like, they have the D.Va defense matrix, but at the same time, how good is this D.Va really going to be? If they get right out of mech, then that's literally it for them.
Talking about out of mech divas.
Yeah, she is out of mech, but she'll be in mech by the time the next fight starts.
I mean, you don't know that. The thing is, the barrier is going to be up on the approach. They may be able to get an early pick onto her.
Yeah, so an early Dragon Strike or an early barrage actually will be really big. Because the D.Va can't eat the Dragon Strike or any of the rocket barrage rockets, so it's really down to just a bigger mortality field or Sand ripping them all into pieces, which won't happen. Oh, that's the Dragon Strike.
Sand's positioning there, he can't even see over the lip of the building. That's a nice kill from Sand though.
Slay did get a nice pull onto the Hanzo as it diverted where he was going to shoot the Dragon Strike.
Yeah. I mean, Alex managed to get the D.Va off of respawn, like after she got the res, and the initial kill with the Dragon Strike was pretty good, but he's not going to be able to do enough really, is he? Yeah, he's dead now on the high ground.
That was a massive kill from San though, at the start of the fight onto the barraging fire. San needs to get back onto the high ground here, otherwise he's going to get picked off. He's not with the rest of the bunker here, and he's not getting the resources he needs when he's on the ground.
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that N.I.C have been doing so well. N.I.C have actually been pulling it back kind of against this pharmacy hands up. I mean,
look at where the Bastion's positioned here. The Bastion cannot see the point where he is.
Yeah, Richport split off. I mean, Richport managed to get the pick on Gohan, who's been completely split off.
Can sacrifice himself for the shatter, but there's just not going to be enough follow-up on it, and the Molten Core coming out.
I mean, these picks going left and right now. This is anyone's fight, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a pocket healed Torb on point with a Molten Core and a turret.
They have the point presence. Yeah, they have the point presence, which is the main problem.
I think Imperfect's going to be able to get on this soon. Mind you, Imperfect don't have the healers around.
Alex Enrique's trying the spawn camp, and N.I.C are completely blind.
Oh, he is. Yeah, they see it. What? How did they not see that? Is he going to get the kill on Baptiste? Okay. I mean,
alright.
Does he do it?
He does.
He does it in the end.
The thing is, his team's losing the fight on the objective
his team's completely lost the fight here. Yeah. I mean, the flank did pay off, but I mean, it paid off in the 1v1.
If you think about it here, though, Imperfect don't have support ults going into next fight, and if you look at N.I.C's ultimate economy, the Valkyrie, Amplification Matrix, probably going to get the Molten Core, maybe also the Primal Rage and the tank. I think if N.I.C plays this well, they don't have the Orisa anymore, but they should still be able to win this. We'll see how good the wheel does.
Get rezzed.
Winston's from both sides here, though.
Yeah. There's a lot of picks going right now. Richport not finding anything with rocket.
Wow, Triforce getting the kill on the barraging Farah.
Yeah, no.
Yo, San gets 2 big picks.
Yeah, this is actually going to be a win for N.I.C, isn't it? A complete full hold. I'd say the main problem right now is that they didn't have, once again, like the ultimate
Bob on
the Perfect wasn't quite it. The Bob won't be able to do anything.
So there will be
an immortality field. Yeah, Bob's going down any second now.
And then that's a win for N.I.C.
Well, that was really good by them.
Any goats?
Any full hold bunkers?
Yeah, I know, right? That was really good by them. I'd just say the overall damage was too much, wasn't it, with the immortality field? The
I feel
Imperfect really
like
couldn't handle it.
the way they played, the way Imperfect played it was very
It was very
strange.
odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Alex was constantly on, not constantly on flanks, but he did flank a bit too much. And honestly, the Ashe, I'm not sure about going Ashe against the bunker
Yeah, I
like
feel
that.
like
Like
staying
Hanzo
with
was definitely a much better
Hanzo.
pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Hanzo
definitely
would have
just
been
want
much
to keep a
better.
Hanzo there.
Yeah.
And then playing a Reinhardt into it is just
Mm.
not right at all.
Yeah.
Your shield
They
just
should have
gets
kept the ball.
shredded.
They really should have kept the ball,
They
in my
should have
opinion.
kept ball and maybe gone with Winston.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could have seen them going with
Something
a
faster.
dive goats comp instead.
Yeah, that would have also been pretty alright. I mean,
But,
in the end, I really felt the immortality fields were actually massive by N.I.C. Like, they managed to shut down a lot of the ultimates that came onto them. Like, the rocket barrage when Sand killed him with the tank form, that rocket barrage got completely negated by the immortality field, which meant that they were able to, save everyone on the high ground and manage to keep the high ground advantage after they killed Farah, which was
it's over
pretty
already.
decent. Yeah. They definitely did pull that back there. Obviously, a lot of the fights at the end were actually really close, especially when there was just a Torbjorn and Mercy left on point. Both teams managed to get 4 people that fight. It was completely even, but obviously the point presence went in favour of N.I.C, so they couldn't. Imperfect couldn't quite get the point.
Yeah. Also, guys, make sure you think of some questions to ask in the interviews, the post-match interviews.
Yeah. Oh, they're having the swap out, or what's happening here?
I've asked whether there's an already here. Like, they haven't told me about any swaps yet. NIC's ready. Who just left? Imperfect. Avatar. Not Avatar. This is a different guy. Alright. Who left them?
I'm not sure, but that was Zarya main now, a tank main anyway. Who's that? Mid diamond, low master.
Still waiting for confirmation off of Imperfect here.
Alright. This guy's like a diamond / master tank main, not too bad. Primarily off tank Zarya, I think.
It was Saint who left, wasn't it? Yeah, Saint isn't here anymore.
Yeah, it was Saint.
And Saint's been popping off, but we'll have to see. Maybe they're
Saint's
trying
doing
to.
really well.
Maybe they're going to try run a quad DPS comp here.
I mean, Saint was playing DPS, but maybe he can unpay Junkrat. Maybe we'll have Jake on our hands there. Jake and Hammond.
We've got a Cammy 2.0 on our hands. Maybe they're looking to run goats. Bringing in a Zarya player. We'll have to see. Still waiting for confirmation off of Imperfect. Let's see what the Imperfect like. The thing is, Imperfect, they don't. Obviously, they'll win a lot of their matches, especially against the weaker teams. But it's about not losing individual maps, because the map differential matters quite a lot, to be honest, in terms of where you'll be in the league standings.
You attack
acted
that.
Imperfect.
I think Tech's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's back. What to you, Tech? Where do you go? That entire time.
I was watching YouTube.
Me too. Well, that's nice, but
You guys, you seemed like you had the commentating covered, so I just put in little bits that I saw. Like I was just looking for the little things.
Alright, both teams are ready.
Much.
Here we go.
But review gonna have to go soon.
Yeah, we'll be done. We'll be done before this. Before
Yeah, I
setting
mean,
time.
If Imperfect picks us up, then yeah, it'll be a win for them.
On one hand, I really want N.I.C to win, but on the other hand, I want this to be over.
Mm-hmm.
No, but if
in the morning.
Because N.I.C have taken a map back that puts us above them in the table.
It does actually, yeah.
Puts us above Imperfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And depending on the match result with Express and Aporia.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see how that's going right now.
Yeah, may as well. May as well
Do
team
you do you know anything about it? Have you checked anything
in.
at
No,
all?
I haven't checked anything.
Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic and watch it.
Right.
Oh, there's another bunker coming out here from Imperfect.
A pirate.
Sombra
No,
Widow.
it's bunker. Yeah, it's bunker.
No, it's defense bunker. They dropped Sombra for the McCree. McCree's definitely a better pick. I mean, Sombra on defense on this map is actually really good because you can get the health packs in the cave and gas station to deny really any form of like. Well, if N.I.C runs Sombra, then it completely denies that. But they're not running it right now. They're running the Sand on the Widowmaker and then Gohan on Reaper. What they did on Ilios on Ilios Ruins. This was that same composition, isn't it?
Mhm. Pretty much. What is Maid doing though? Maid isn't picking. Oh no,
No,
they're on
Lucia.
Lucia. Right.
Yeah, the exact same team comp that they ran in Ruins. I mean, Ruins was actually a really good steamroll by them, so it might work out if they manage to get the focus fire onto
Axe and
Bastion.
Rike on the Widowmaker gets killed by
Oh.
San.
Yeah, there's no way they can get to first. Oh, no, they can. Okay,
They
it's
do,
fine.
yeah.
He's behind the barrier. Not barrier, behind the wall. Yeah, it's a pretty good pick actually by San.
Both these
Wow,
Widowmakers,
it
like
takes off
both are like quite good at Widowmaker, and this is gonna be a Widowmaker duel here. I think Axe is gonna be playing behind Shield though.
Yeah, the full dive's coming in right now.
San with an
But they haven't been able to
aggressive,
kill the Bastion.
aggressive flank here on the Widow. Getting 2
Yeah,
picks.
it's really aggressive.
in
Managed to
close
get 2
range.
picks. That was really good.
That was
That's
very
actually
well
really
played from
massive.
San, and he's getting res.
Yeah, they're really. I'm not sure where the part.
Yo,
focus
so-
fire from
So what
Imperfect.
happened in that game? Sorry, you can say so. Poria won 2-0 on Ilios.
San is playing
Then,
very well on this Widowmaker right here.
Yeah, he is. He actually can so much.
Express
Take his
double
Texas or
capped
something.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Texas or something.
I'll just take this one. Express is
San
2-0.
is owning.
Okay.
San is actually owning on this Widowmaker. Let's see whether he's
Not
gonna
sure.
use.
He's plugged in the keyboard and mouse or something. I'm not sure what's going on. The body shot bandit.
Could use some healing.
Oh, headshot and Alex. Sand's actually proving to be really good right now. I mean,
Running the Ash
was the same
into running the
Widow
Ash
was not
without a
smart.
pocket mercy into a Widowmaker just isn't it, Chief?
I told you at the start of Ilios. He did well on Widow, but he swapped.
His team
And you were
probably wants
doubting
to
him as
play
well,
something a
weren't
bit more
you?
cohesive.
You're doubting you'd do well.
Yeah, worse. I mean,
Because obviously he's
wasn't
the
doing too
lower
much
rank
on-
player, but still.
Yeah, when he was on
Yeah, what the
Trace and
hell?
Genji, he
How
didn't
many
do so
I'm
much.
spectators?
gonna remove them.
Remove them. It's fine. It's not how much contested Widowmaker. I mean, I say that actually. Ritual hitting 3 consecutive shots straight at Sam, but not picking them off because of the damage fall.
Axe and Rika on the hands are now harder hitbox to hit
hand-
typically.
Yeah.
And it looks
Yeah,
like Imperfect's getting
improving.
value on the rest of NIC without having to actually deal with San.
Nice bit on Kenneth.
San is still getting
Double
picks
headshot.
up here on the high ground though.
Yeah. Doing God's work right now, trying to really pull this pack for NIC. Doing a
Doing a
having a nice little
1v1.
duel against
Ah.
Alex managed to do a last second headshot. Hacks like one HP, but got it done.
However, N.I.C.
Yeah, putting it back
are
still.
pulling through.
I'm quite surprised they managed to do this. They got a quick respawn and the Death Blossom really helped them out.
Yeah. With
It's
the
quite
pick onto
interesting.
Kenneth, NIC were able to get back in there really well.
Quite surprised about that really. I mean, the Gohan actually did a lot of work there with the Death Blossom and just, you know, doing all that damage
N.I.C. are
afterwards.
coming up on 4 ults, and maybe even the Mercy to make the 5th.
Yeah. I mean, you can see right now, they're running Imperfect running Reaper of their own, just to counter the Reaper, and Alex getting a pick on San. Actually pretty big. If Imperfect capitalize on this now and just dive in, they might get the res off, but yeah, they go straight onto Gohan and kill him.
Yeah, because those
Flashbang.
healing resources are taken out of the way there.
Slap off
San
his
with 2
ultimate.
picks here.
Sun 2
Yeah.
picks. Although one did get
This
red.
guy's crazy.
I don't know. They're
Is he ever
supporting
going
him
to
a
use
lot,
his,
to be fair.
yeah, I was wondering whether he's going to use Infocyte. Obviously he used earlier, but I was...
Yeah, I mean, you can see JP trying to flank right now.
San
God,
gets a
that kill.
pick onto Alex and UK here.
Yeah,
Might be able to get the McCree as well.
yeah, I'm assuming this.
Yeah,
Rich Boy
he's
actually
whiffing
got a lot
few
of shots though.
here.
Yeah. Richport's doing a pretty decent job. But Richport's accuracy is actually really good. I've been watching it.
Oof.
But he hasn't had the position.
God, are you
or,
looking
like,
at Sans aim here? Like he plays like
Yeah,
a
it's really weird.
like,
It's
yeah,
so
it is.
weird.
It is very weird.
he like
Oh,
goes
see,
for
I'm not like
location
a-
and shoot.
I'm not accusing him of anything, but it looks like keyboard and mouse in terms of like how he's moving, not in
Nah,
terms
it
of his
doesn't.
aim.
No, it doesn't.
No,
Yeah.
not his aim. I mean his movement, like the way he crouches and ADs. Looks.
Mm. Look,
It looks like he's really practiced how to
you
strafe
can
his Widowmaker.
definitely tell from watching his Genji and Tracer. There's definitely not mouse and keyboard, but
Yeah.
the way he plays Widow is
And what's
really.
Alex doing? Wait. That's really weird right there. Actually just spinning around looking at full. Yeah, they're going for a full dive flank, I think, maybe. There they are.
The Storm Arrow doing
Oh
lots
god,
of
that
damage
was a
onto.
bad jump from the Winston there.
He gets rest and Sand once again gets another pick, which I don't think they'll be able to rest alone. No.
They might use an aggressive beat here. They probably could. Big Death Blossom, massive Death Blossom.
Massive
Yeah.
Death Blossom.
I don't think
Yeah,
there's
that
any
gets
amount
completely
that
negated.
Alex can do here.
I mean, to be honest, if I was Richport right now, I would just hop off the.
And Sand should probably get on the truck here, all things considered. It's probably the best possible place for a Widowmaker setup right now.
Oh,
Oh, a
stop,
huge
stop the
stun
Lucio
from
beat,
the
but probably won't be enough.
Death Blossom gets no value, and Hybrid Fusion going for the res, but to no avail.
Richport
might
just
have
get the kick on
Desperately
the
so
win.
store.
Yeah, it won't be enough though.
The N.I.C does got all 3 points, so
I'm very surprised.
Is there
Sand
anybody
definitely
on these
put
two
it
teams
through.
EU or not?
I'm pretty sure Imperfect has a couple of EU players. I'm not sure who, but I've heard some English accents on their team before. So N.I.C do take the car all the way to the end, so it could even go to a map 5 here.
Express win 3-1,
Hmm.
which puts us first. Woo.
That does actually put us in first place.
Let's look at us, undefeated champions.
The Blizzard World game was complete opposite to ours. They both triple capped, and Express capped with 4 minutes, and Aporia capped like a minute.
We
and
don't need the
20.
play-by-play of a different match right now, though.
Yeah.
We can discuss this later. Let's talk about the here and now.
Double hit scan, attack, with the Orisa Hog. Interesting.
Very interesting, yeah.
Actually, they switched to the Hanzo.
Yeah,
I
Hanzo
think
is definitely
JP
better.
Flub. That's interesting to put. I think his JP Flub is a tank main, if I'm not mistaken. And they put the DPS on tank.
Yeah,
And
San
that's
on the
like the
Sombra
DPS.
here.
The Somebody could do huge work here.
All things considered, yeah. I just don't like the use of Orisa here without a pirate ship. Obviously it can work, but it just doesn't seem optimal.
Hack on the Hanzo.
Hands out.
The Alex
wasn't really
Enrique.
getting shots, though.
I know,
Alex
right?
Enrique
Wow.
was.
Very aggressive here. And he gets killed for it,
Yes,
and the rest comes
yeah.
out to San.
Doing
Yeah,
records on
Alex
Alex.
gets
Alright.
rest as well.
Alright.
God. You see San here in the back line, just trying to get some value here.
Oh, JP getting a double body shot.
Alex is playing so far forward right now. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
He's running straight
He
into
should
the
really
blue
play on
team.
high ground with Soldier.
Yeah, they're not punching him. That's the thing. He's running frontline Reaper and frontline Soldier right now, as if he's playing Reaper, and they're not
Yeah.
doing anything about it.
Like what?
I'm not sure if Alex has the memo of that Soldier's a ranged character, but it's working really well somehow. Yeah, N.I.C definitely some combo right now. I mean, JP's actually been doing a lot of work right now on the hands. All the body shots have just consistently been putting these people down to at least half health. They've been making them trying to make him just squishies for like Alex and just the rest of his team to clean up.
Alex has a very aggressive style for playing Soul
Yeah, I
Sim
know.
6. And we'll take
Crazy.
this high ground using Helix Rocket Jump.
It's a really nice high ground actually. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm gonna try this.
Chris is
The rest
1
is 1
HP. He's
Yeah,
on
he
the side of
said that's
N.I.C.
literally one.
He's getting healed though.
Yeah, Alex is playing crazy
Very
right now,
much
like with his
nice, yeah.
flank. I'm surprised that N.I.C. haven't been shutting it down. Like he's been flanking the entire game pretty much. Like fails the Helix jump, but you know, he's still
San
doing
here
a lot
on
of damage
the
over.
on the Junkrat nearly has the wheel here for the side of N.I.C. We'll have to see how he uses it. He does get himself killed.
Alex controls
He
high
can't
ground.
find anyone.
I'm surprised he didn't just go for the cart. I mean,
Yeah.
there was people on the cart,
No,
right?
no, everyone on the cart cleared out, and you couldn't find anyone.
I wasn't spectating that. I was just looking at Alex right now. On the high ground, managing to kill the Junkrat as well.
Yeah, I saw that there.
Imperfect are doing really well of like pincering N.I.C. here. They're taking lots of different angles and playing very aggressively, and there's a lot of damage coming up because Alex typically stays with Richport, and that soldier hog combo deals so much damage, and then oh god, so many
If
ults to
N.I.C. are able to
self-fire.
touch, they have a huge ultimate advantage.
Looks like Imperfect's winning this.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
I
bomb
see a
though,
jump on
and
every
res.
single ultimate.
And Triforce Lance
No
does
joke.
get Alex, so
Yeah,
no, it will get
that's-
res.
NIC actually might win
There's
this
a
right
res
now.
onto connect. No, I
JP
think
getting
Imperfect's got
Sam as
this.
well.
It's just the Lucio and
Perfect
the
do bring
D.Va.
it back.
They are stalling, but it does force out the whole hub.
I mean, to be honest, that was really, really bad by NIC. They literally used all 6 ultimates then, still haven't got a decisive fight win. So, I don't know, I mean, it definitely could have gone way better for them.
The one thing I have noticed from NIC is their Mercy likes to pistol whip. She
But
likes
the
to
thing
whip
is,
out her pistol.
they
At
don't
any-
whip out
at
their
any
pistol and get
opportunity.
nothing. They actually whip out their pistol and get kills. Like they do work with it. And you don't see it
This
too
fight
much.
has been very
There
prolonged
will be a
right now.
Riptide here. Let's see how much
Both
value
teams
this gets.
using sand barrier as well, I mean, it's been a very, very long fight. Not that anyone's prevailed, it's constant back and forth.
The wheel gets
It's been a really
JP.
scrappy fight.
Yeah, this fight's been going everywhere so far.
Yeah, it's going to
The
Imperfect now,
visor,
though, yeah.
the visor should be able to top off the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise than that. And actually
Yeah,
did a
if-
good job of stalling this fight out.
They
I
do.
mean, if you look at the side of Imperfect, I mean, outside of NIC, they've gotten the visor, but that's pretty much it. They've used they
And if you
basically
think
put
about it
everything into that
realistically,
fight.
there's
Didn't
no
win.
chance that Imperfect has a better time bank than N.I.C. here.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, with how this is going to go, I really do feel like they are going to triple cap this. They'll get all 2 points.
They're very strong at the moment.
Yeah,
Alex is playing
really
front
strong.
lines, so he's taking little to no damage.
Yeah, it's really weird how they're not punching the soldier. I mean, he's not pocketed or anything, just completely on his own. Flanking over to the high ground, focusing down their tanks, and
He's got
Burning
very good
straight to
headshot
NIC's
accuracy, Alex, on this soldier. He's like good.
he's shooting at the arrest, though, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he has got good burst control, I think. Like he does pretty well actually.
He's clearly played CSGO as well.
No.
CS:GO on console or Megaloft.
Yeah. I can console CSGO, dude. Anyway,
Really so bad.
Stan being pocketed right now, still not able to get any hits off onto
Go on,
Alex.
kills
like-
JP and gets res actually.
Oh my god.
Alright, it's Alex getting sand. This is really risky by Alex using that visor there. Oh, never mind,
Oh
he's
my
actually
God,
going to kill
what?
everyone.
Gets mad
And
value.
he took
with
some
it.
0
Yeah, it's-
damage.
I mean, he's damage boosted with the Arista Bongo, that is just crazy high damage. Yeah, they can't even touch points.
Alex just took names with that visor. And
What's
damage
going on
was
now
with
with the
Mercy and everything.
But Lord, did you see that at the end of Alex?
Yeah. I
Wait,
don't know,
what?
man, he does weird stuff sometimes, like earlier, he's on handsome and he just started looking at the floor and spazzing out. Weird stuff happens with this guy,
The
but
aimbot,
he's getting the
ooh.
job done.
Dodgy controller.
Yeah.
Dodgy aimbot. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nah, he
These
doesn't.
subscriptions running out. He's downloading a dodgy website.
His hacks.
Honestly, Alex's aim seems a lot like mine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems to be like equivalent.
More
He's on Soldier.
retarded.
My thanks.
God, Az would be freaking out at you right now for saying that.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Sorry.
Dude, she's gonna watch the VOD, come on.
Sorry, Az.
Sorry, I called below retarded. I mean...
There you go. Said it again. He said the R word.
Please don't ban me.
No, my question is, you know this first point here, you know there's like this massive train and the bridge? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't someone build a diner underneath a railroad? That's terrible. Like, you know a train does be really loud and stuff running it all the time.
I think we're just watching Alex.
These are the important things, aren't they? The important things to discuss.
Well,
Did you club with
already down.
This will be on the high ground. He's probably gonna get mad value actually because they're gonna have so much shield break actually.
So much damage from Alex.
Yeah, it's just too much from shield with this, isn't it? The Baptiste can't keep up and doesn't have a mortality field. So yeah, JP is actually doing a lot of work right now. Yeah, JP and Alex just really melting them, aren't they?
The damage output from both the DPS and the Imperfect side is incredible. What's wrong with Alex? He's just looking at the sky.
Yeah, well, we have like 45 minutes.
N.I.C. have got the amplification matrix.
Maybe
to
set that up in
Imperfect's
front
tech
of the
visor.
free. Alex is on this flank.
And Dragon Strike.
Yeah, Alex on a massive tank here.
How is he allowed to do that?
No, the reason
They haven't got any on high
completely
ground.
Yeah, they don't contest high ground at all. Alex is just crunching him down.
I feel like Gohan should contest him so well because of his new teleport.
But he doesn't do it.
His character has the potential.
San
Yeah,
really
San
needs
and
to
Gohan.
here, but isn't getting
Yeah,
any.
so does Gohan. Gohan and San just aren't.
So if you flub with the dragons here, we'll see what you can do with them.
What are the healers inside of NIC? I don't understand.
They just got
Gohan's
picked.
put on
Both
10
of them just got picked by Rich.
No, I was saying before that though. Anyway, Gohan was hit on 10
Yeah.
HP for like half an hour.
Yeah.
I think they got
they
got killed by the tac visor beforehand, and Imperfect started pushing them after that.
It's crazy. How pressure that just Alex and JP are putting onto NIC is just too much. But the tanks are just getting melted instantly and the backline's falling. So even if Gohan or San wanted to do anything about JP and Alex, they couldn't if they wanted to. Yeah, upstairs looking for a shatter right now. He's playing very aggressively and does get a shout on JP. And yet they will have to follow up right now with Death Blossom, but the Immortality Field does kind of cancel some of it.
There is a res on Kenneth, and having that point presence is so useful.
What?
Yeah. Imperfect really
I'm
should
so
be winning this, but they
Yeah,
are.
they really shouldn't be. I'm so surprised. Okay,
They need to use grab.
yeah, they really do.
And I've been holding on to grab for so long.
They're gonna use it now. They have to use it now,
I mean, you say that, but
especially
they
with
just
B
don't seem to be
coming
doing
out.
that. Nope, they're not using it. Alright. This is really interesting. Never gonna find it. Alright. I know the shaft
Huge
doesn't get lucky
shatter.
find everyone. Is it? I mean,
He got to.
oh.
Yeah. He's doing so well here, Slayer, but his
Yeah, I've been
team's just
watching
like
This team
He
isn't
just
doing
cannot
anything about it.
carry his team hard enough. What's happening
Sam's
here?
coming up with the
Sand's on the Bastion. And this is the issue here. They're just not watching for these reses. Hybrid Fusion will go for any resurrect. Okay, there's gonna be a graviton here. There just has to be now.
Alex got a really nice one clip on start of this, so really nice.
And onto the Bastion. The Bastion's completely confused.
it doesn't know what's going on. And finally the grab can come and Blossom coming out after however long. Alex, I'm not
Let's see
sure
whether
what
Alex
advisor
can
was.
get value with the Pfizer. Gets one.
Not bad, not bad.
And there's a grab from the side from
Yeah, it's definitely
Imperfect.
winnable.
That is winnable from the side from
They're
Imperfect.
actually
In fact,
winning
they
this.
have
God.
one.
What N.I.C doing? The
This is
focus
just
on
not a
Alex
game
is
that
consistent.
Imperfect should be winning. But they just are.
But they have 1,000 picks and they still lose. It's really quite something like, come on. This entire time, I've been expecting Alex here. You've been seeing no one has shot him.
Just a ball
for,
stall.
I don't know
yeah,
however
on
long
point.
it's been. He's literally taken no damage for however long
That's
it's
really
been.
nice tracking there onto the right here.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's so much stalling going on from the sport
wait,
here.
wait,
They can't
I
kill
saw
him.
Wait,
He shot the platform and it killed Alicia on point. That was really weird, alright, never mind.
spectator lag cap.
Yeah, especially that. There's a lot of stall going on right now. I'm not sure where
So
I'm
much
at,
stall from the
Imperfect
side of
Xbox
N.I.C.
stall.
Not
Yeah,
that
I've
it's
had
gonna
this
do
till
anything.
overtime.
Yeah, they're just hopeful that they can get this back, but with Alex to set up on this high ground with another
And then
tap
this is
rise
it.
And that should be it. Alright, it was. Okay, N.I.C, their massive problem right now. They are not shutting down Alex. Alex is running on flanks, getting to the best high grounds that are possible on each single point, and they are doing nothing about it. They haven't got a single person going around there thinking, alright, I need to get this guy, he's not pocket healed, there's no one. They need at least just, you know, one pocket healed McCree, one pocket healed, I don't know, Hands or Reaper, whatever. You know, Gohan was on the Reaper, San was on McCree and stuff like that. All they need is, you know, San with a Mercy or Gohan with a Mercy to just go up and at least contest Alex and make sure you can't get these high grounds.
The thing is,
Because
they
when
are
he's up
killing
there, they're doing
Alex
nothing
quite
about
a
it.
bit, but they aren't defending his corpse. The thing is, they really
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
Hybrid Fusion go in for reses. And that's the issue here from N.I.C. They just aren't focusing enough on killing the supports here. Avatar, Corona and Hybrid Fusion have probably died the least in this entire match.
They're having the same problem that we had a few games back where we'd get the picks but the Mercy would res every time.
Yeah.
And
It's really just something that comes down to poor communication. We are seeing a Reinhardt Goats comp with a Moira coming out from N.I.C. here, but that's questionable, especially considering the use of high ground that Imperfect's going to have on this defense here. And they're going to be set up on the gas station. Just be able to chuck down as much damage as they need to. The Moira's going to run out of resources. That's the only way I can see this going. They should really be running a Winston comp. Also, the damage is very low from the side of N.I.C. They need to be able to rotate up to the high ground and take it, but if they can't do a rotation like that, then all I can see is the Reinhardt shield breaking and the entirety of N.I.C. just dying. JP Flub here on the Junkrat, damage boosted by the Mercy. Just doing mad damage here. You see Rich Paul on this off angle. Gets the kill on
Rich Paul's actually doing God's work.
Yeah. Again, like, that was a great hook as well from Rich Paul.
Yeah,
Holy
you
shit.
got the pick through the entire team. There's no matrix, no bubble. No.
Yeah, Imperfect are looking dominant here.
Did anyone in Imperfect even die that fight?
No one in Imperfect died.
Yeah. Honestly,
Imperfect have
I know I'm going to sound like a
5
broken
ults
record.
coming into this
Yeah.
fight, really.
Like, I know I'm going to sound like I carry things over and over again, but once again, there's been no focus fire from N.I.C. Like, a lot of the time, JP's been out of position, Alex has been flanking, Richport's been looking at him in cave completely alone, but they're not pushing into any of this.
Oh, Rich Paul's going to get an easy pick here.
Alex gets himself
Never
picked in
mind.
cave, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Hybrid Fusion try go for a res here.
It's honestly
Hybrid
insane
Fusion's
to
getting
see.
pressured here. There's a wheel from JP Club. Finds two.
That's actually really big. Yeah,
Really
that might
great
be, I'm
work
not
from
sure
him.
they're going to get back for it.
Just
Maybe
running the
one
junk
last
is
fight
nice
here,
and
if they
six, yeah.
hurry.
The thing is,
Yeah,
the
they
four ultimates up for
Are the best four
for
that they
Imperfect are
have.
probably the best four they could use here. They can combo all four of them to make to turn Alex Enrique
100%.
into an even more unstoppable killing machine.
Although one shotter could finish the entire game, finish the entire fight.
Sam's gonna have to get some crazy, like,
Sanga does get the early pick
some
on
crazy
Jacob's
shots.
club.
But Alex got a kill on the hyper fusion as well. Sam's actually popping off right now, I mean.
Just as he started using
Yeah.
Valkyrie as well, he just used Valkyrie.
But he gets killed onto Alex right now as well, I mean, he might. He does.
With the SMG.
Okay, San actually popped really hard. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't go with it in the first place, I mean, he's doing so much work.
The thing is, I feel like Rich Sports just sat here in the back.
I'll give it to him, his aim's very good, but his awareness, like when the hog's next to him, a lot of the time, like he's unaware that he's right there.
Yeah.
I don't think he has like a volume.
His gaming speakers.
No, but like his aim is very
Okay,
very
guys,
good.
I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it now. It's gonna be a C9 on side of N.I.C. They're gonna C9. I don't know why I'm just feeling it. It's gonna happen. Obviously, that's me being pessimistic as hell, but
The first
No.
Widow versus Widow duel we've
Check,
seen
you have
this
to take off
entire
the
game.
casting.
Sam gets the first pick onto Alex. The Mercy and the Hog are both starting off at the moment. Oh, Richport getting a nice pick onto Sam, although I don't think it will alter the course of the fight.
we go on taking down Richport as well. I mean, yeah, I can see N.I.C. definitely
Shot
taking this.
using instead of N.I.C. I think it was unnecessary, but
Well, they've won the fight.
panic. It's
Yeah.
overtime, you know. Gohan's got Death Blossom, and they've got
Yeah,
Card Essence
that's-
and Emperor Sight.
Infosight's not gonna do much. I mean,
Compared
just
to
Emperor Sight.
Valkyrie, Tyre, and good old. Okay.
Supercharger, yeah, Supercharger. I mean, they probably have Coalescence as well, won't they? Imperfect. To be
Yeah.
honest, Imperfect should probably win this fight. We don't have any, yeah, with the Riptide. This Riptide probably will be massive. I'm guessing will be anyway. Yeah, go on from, yeah, there it
Yeah,
is.
that's our last game. And let's go ahead and
Oh,
get
I
a
mean-
huge ultimate
I mean,
here.
no, that is actually really big.
Well,
let's see if we can
Alex
take
gets rid
advantage.
of Gohan goes down.
Yeah, Gohan
And
just
let's
running
go into
straight into
G.
the Roadhog. Yeah. I'm not sure why
That was a
Gohan
good
just
final
ran
map.
straight into the Roadhog, but yeah, that was ridiculous.
That's
Definitely-
Imperfect winning. Toi?
Yes, no, it's
To-
3-1, 2.
Yeah, Toi, as in French.
Hey, this was massive. This one, Alex killed everyone actually, but
Yeah.
all the damage came from Richport.
And then you got the Diva as well.
GG for Imperfect then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what
defensive assists.
I don't think we can do. I don't think we can do interviews right now. I think we just have to go.
Yeah, we have to go attack, we have to go.
Yeah. I have to go sleep.
Yeah, pair of the match right now definitely has to be Alex. I mean, his plays were big. Obviously, a lot of them did rely on the fact that N.I.C. just did not counter it at all. They did have lots of people, you know, N.I.C. just being about
I
it,
didn't.
but
I don't think I saw any specific plays that screamed out play of the week or whatever.
it was all just very. I don't know, just
It was
kind
all
of
just very gradual, nice picks rather than a
Yeah.
huge play.
Yeah, it was very scrappy and stuff rather than
You know,
one
it was a
big
good match.
explosive fight.
So,
Yeah,
live
that
stream.
Yeah.
No.